behind. You can hear cry for attention from Emmanuel Ochoa. Vargas just checking if he needs to tuck into this wall. Have they got the blocks where they need to be? Carrizo or Prestiani? It's the latter. But the Benfica teenager can't get the dip. Really would need a big dipper for that to threaten Ochoa. It was 1-0 to Colombia at half-time before the fireworks were set off in the second half. Will we get the same here? Or will this prove to be a battle in Santiago? It's one that Argentina are edging at the moment. Maya Carrizo's third goal of the tournament. And Mexico were provisionally down to 10 men after the very distressing injury to Alexis Dominguez. So Hugo Camberos on. And, less serious, but Valente Pierrani forced off with Juan Villalba coming on in his place. Gilberto Mora given that freedom to drift, try and find those pockets of space to threaten Argentina and make them uncomfortable, but it's not been working thus far. So 4 minutes added on at the end of this first half. Two sides who have not yet tasted defeat in the FIFA Under-20 World Cup Chile 2025. Oh, Camberos, that's lovely. And looking for the final ball, picks out Montiel. It does come from Mora. Hits the target, but not with the aplomb he can usually provide. Camberos certainly has been a like-for-like for Dominguez. Mora's first touch good. The second, though, straight at Barbie. Smart header away from Gorosito. 3 assists and a stunning winner against Italy, but we haven't seen the Boca man be at his more adventurous best. That's certainly in respect to the opposition, and particularly where Mora likes to do the most of his work. Eduardo Arce with work to do at the halftime break. Diego Placente will be rather pleased, if not completely satisfied. He's the first Argentinian boss, as you see in our picture there, to lead Argentina to the Under-15 South American title. He now wants to restore them to the top of the Under-20 world. Long throw from Camberos. Pachuca was there. Flicked on by Vargas. Garza trying to be cute, and it allows Pachuca to play it forward, and now he gets a free kick. Zayad not interested, a referee, in the opinion of Carrizo. Unnecessary shove from Sarko. Number 9 was frozen out at Velez after he refused to sign a contract extension when there was interest from Bayer Leverkusen. Eventually that move did occur. His club teammate, on loan from Man City, Claudio Echeverri, not here. Mexico not able to make much of that as the ball popped up onto the hand of the man who won the free kick, Pachuca. Wanted to provide an aerial threat. Just unfortunate the way the ball came down, quite anticipating the missed contact. So into the final 40 seconds. Mexico fans making their feelings known. Pachuca has a look. Is there one last chance at the end of this first half? Much better from Jimenez. Carderos picks up the loose ball. Ooh, that was looking very tasty for the forward run of Fimbres. Argentina able to cut it out. Montiel back to his feet is Mora. Well, it looks like that will be the end of the half, unless Mexico get it forward. And there it is. Well, Alexis Dominguez, with a really nasty looking injury, was stretchered off, and while Mexico were down to 10, Argentina took full advantage. Acuna denied, but Maya Carrizo, with his third of the tournament, as Eduardo Arce's Mexico looking for a route back in Latin America. In the senior side, Argentina unbeaten against Mexico since 2004. And they want to put history to the past and step forward into the future. This, a match of two unbeaten sides. Who will fall and who will advance to the semi-finals of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile? It's just over a week until the Stadium Santiago will host the final. But Mexico and Argentina, if they want to be there, have to take a huge step in knocking out a major rival. Two unbeaten sides going head to head. Going head to head. Well, the first battle will really be in the stands as the cries of Mexico go around the stadium here, the Estadio Nacional in Santiago. You can expect it to be feisty. Valente Irani putting an early mark on Gilberto Mora. Eduardo Arce has not lost a competitive match in charge of the Mexico Under-20 side. 7 wins and 3 draws. They won't care how they get through. They'll just care that they make it past Diego Placente's Argentina. The Albiceleste, the only 100% record in the competition, but Mexico looking for some early promise, but their captain, Elias Montiel, not rushing things, linking with Cesar Garza, the only change to Mexico after their 4-1 thrashing of host Chile. Thomas Perez, one of 2 to come into Los Pibes' starting 11. 2 Portuguese-based players, Perez of Porto, Gianluca Prestiani of Benfica. As we say, Diego Placente, he knows what it takes to win this competition. He was in the squad that lifted the title in 1997 under legendary boss Jose Peckerman, who had won 3 of Argentina's titles at this age level. Vicente alongside Riquelme, Aymar, Samuel and a certain Lionel Scaloni. Certainly the senior bosses of the national sides will take interest. Scaloni leading Argentina to a 1-0 win over Venezuela. In the US with Lionel Messi looking on from the stands. He himself was a star of the 2005 vintage. And yet for Argentina, after 5 titles in 12 years, between 95 and 2007, since then it has been a poverty of success. It's just their second quarter-final in 8 editions, although they did avenge their defeat 2 years ago by Nigeria with a thumping 4-0 win over the Africans to reach this last 8 tie. For Mexico, this is an opportunity to stride on to just a 3rd ever semi-final spot and a first in 14 years. To do so, they're going to have to come out on top in this arm wrestle. The cheers go up as Mexico look for the first sight of goal. Chance taken on by Iker Fimbres, who has got a stunning clincher against Chile. Positive start from Mexico. See how deep Alexis Dominguez is dropping to get on the ball, although Jose Rodrigo Pachuga not choosing to use him. Now, Pachuca, player, gets a touch. Pachuca, the player, playing amongst those who play for a town of that name in Mexico, as Dominguez shows a lovely change of pace. Cuts back in, goes down injured, but play rages on. Referee now calls a halt. Julio Soler, captain of Argentina, leaving Dominguez in a heap, but was it foul play? Got a little bump from Milton Delgado. Dominguez has stayed down. Julio Soler was one of those they weren't sure was going to be released ahead of this World Cup. Bournemouth did allow him to join up. Biggest misses for Argentina. Rodio Echeverri, Franco Mastantuono. Argentina have done pretty well without them. Cristiani missing out on the early stages of the Jose Mourinho Benfica reign. As there is the chance there's going to be an early change, at least making moves in case Hugo Berros is needed. He has got 2 goals in this competition so far, so it certainly wouldn't be a downgrade for Eduardo Arce, but bigger concerns for the players' welfare with the stretcher out, and this is really not looking good And what a shame, because it's such a bright start from the number 7, but it seems like his leg got twisted up with Soler, and that is a painful sight. Well, the medical staff passing on the bad news. An awful way to potentially end a tournament for the 20-year-old Alexei Dominguez. Pachuca midfielder heads off with somber note to what had been a festival atmosphere leading up to and after kickoff. So at the moment, Mexico down to 10. Arce desperate for his sub to get stripped and ready. Argentina aren't here to show mercy, and they have the opening goal. Maya Carrizo with his third of the tournament. He was the man in the right place at the right time to tuck home the loose ball. Is absolutely furious. It's Mexico who lose their number 7, and it's Los Pibes' 7 who has taken advantage of Mexico being at 6s and 7s. Great play by Gianluca Prestiani. The initial shot saved, but there was no cover to stop Carrizo just wandering in. Valentino Acuna denied by Emmanuel Ochoa. Carrizo was not to be.
Goal for Argentina, scored by player number 7. Gol de Argentina, anotado por el jugador número 7, Carrizo.
Argentina, the senior side unbeaten since 2004, as we see Camberos belatedly on. At under 20 level at the World Cup. Mexico won the first clash between these sides, 4-1 thrashing in 1999, the round of 16. The only other time that they faced each other in a quarter-final was 2007, Argentina winning by 1-0. We've had one after just 9 minutes. You get the sense there's plenty more to come. Both these sides have shown plenty, and that's Mexico are not happy with the treatment they feel they're getting. Valentino Acuna belatedly picking up a yellow card. The referee didn't seem like he was going to produce it initially, but just late from the number 8. Robert Vargas not happy, along with his teammates, with the treatment. Well, certainly not a clash of friends, at least on the pitch. Cunha with a yellow card. Mexico look for an immediate response. Strike blocked. And now Prestiani can bring it away. Runs into traffic. Tidied up. Wow, you can see a little bit left in there by Cesar Garza. The temperature certainly rising in Santiago. Arce has seen his side in their 2 matches here. Draw both matches 2-2. They definitely don't want to concede a second goal now. Prestiani couldn't find a final ball this time. We had an absolute corker in the earlier quarter-final. Colombia outgunning Spain in Talca. Nice Villarreal hat. Hugo Camperos replaced him. But by the time that happened, Argentina were 1-0 up. Dayel Jimenez hasn't been able to make much of an impact. He's actually the 3rd top scorer in under-20 El Tri history. So 5 behind Jose Juan Macias, who he replaced as Santos Lugano, and the striker moved on. Desperate to add to his tally and to the 1 he's managed at this World Cup, and the 1 goal that has mattered. Maya Carrizo, Argentina number 7. He was the quickest to react. Valentino Acuña's effort was pushed back into the danger area. So there they are, a couple of changes to be made. Argentina sending on Matteo Silvetti, Tobias Andrada. So, the ineffective Alejandro Sarko will be stuck on 4 goals as he heads off. And Valentino Acuña, who was on a booking, also makes way. Matteo Silvetti, the new arrival at Miami in the MLS. Certainly be wanting to show up well. 3 appearances in the MLS. Now, hoping to bring some sparkle to this second half, which is underway. Argentina leading by a 1-0. Carrizo netting while Mexico were down to 10. Took time to get Camberos on to replace the injured Dominguez.
Substitution. Argentina. Cambio en Argentina. Player number 9. Jugador número 9. Alejo Sarko is replaced by player number
Eduardo Arce wanted his team to stick to their style of play. They've certainly done that. The problem is they need to create more. So another change for Mexico. Cesar Bustos heading on, and it's likely another risk aversion because Pachuca was on a booking and he is withdrawn. So how will that change the flow of the match? Mexico looking for a positive start. Early ball in. Awkward bouncing ball, but all over a kick from Gorosito. This takes the pressure off for a moment. Just waiting for the contact. And Obed Vargas earns the free kick off the substitute Tobias Andrada. Well, Vargas, Alaskan-born, to a Mexican dad, grew up when there was only 4 or 5 teams in the whole state. Became the first ever Alaskan-born international when he made his senior appearance. Another Manchester star for El Tri Senior is Mora. He whips in the ball, but it's cleared away, and Argentina could break. Probably a good foul from Jimenez. Just that little shove. Part of the under-17 World Cup squad that was unceremoniously dumped out in the round of 16, 5-0 by Mali. Certainly this under-20 side need a much sterner stuff and much more quality. But they're struggling to get to grips with Argentina, although Diego Ochoa getting to grips too physically. Substitute getting a first taste of battle. Matteo Silvetti, quick feet, and a bit of a scratch from Ochoa. Plying his trade on loan at Juarez. His parent club, Guadalajara. Scored a stunning looping header to equalise late against Brazil. This is another booking. And, well, Mexico thought they were coming out with a bit more focus. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a focus to be more aggressive, and Camberos is not getting there, leaning into Soler. It's the risk because the player was off balance. Certainly not getting much sympathy. Camberos into the book. So we had one yellow card in the first half for each side. In fact, 2 for Argentina, 1 for Mexico. We've had 2 very quickly at the start of this half. Soler more than okay to continue. He sat on the bench, Soler, of the senior side, yet to make the ground for his first cap. Certainly be interesting to see which of the players in this Alba Celeste team can push for a World Cup 2026 place. Javier Aguirre, the head coach of Mexico, certainly wanting to promote the best talent as quickly as possible. He'll lead Mexico into their home World Cup before assistant and El Tri legend Rafael Marquez will take over, particular focus on the 2030 edition. Maybe thought there was something to be won there, but Gerardo Lopez was kicking through Cristiani to get there. Maybe he's lucky not to have also picked up a caution. So 2 yellow cards for coming together. Much meatier one, maybe. Feel flash another card. Lucky for Eber Lopez, who kicks forward. Found Fimbres. Calls for handball, but Argentina get on with it. Lovely touch and turn. Cristiani has been very impressive. He just can't find that final ball in. Silvetti come on in place of Sarko. See that while Sarko didn't have the best of first half, he did also at times suffer from a lack of delivery. Last time Mexico were at the quarter-final stage, they lost 1-0. That was to England. Argentina would certainly take note because the Three Lions went on to win the tournament. It's not since 2011 that the Albiceleste have been at this stage. But they're looking to try and keep their lead intact. Soler, the rub of the green. Fimbres, good touch, but Mora steps in, shows a little bit of bite to go with his guile. Taking out there, and the referee gives a free kick in a very, very promising position. Well, we've seen both teams a bit too quick to try and referee for Jalal Jayad. He's doing well to keep his own counsel. It's just a late dig out for Perez. Well, when two teams unbeaten, playing some great football, not always going to translate when there's so much at stake. And these two teams more than happy to go into the trenches, try and fight their way out. Can Mexico level things up? Iker Fimbres over at the set piece. Tael Jimenez at the back post, but it goes direct. There's an ooh from the crowd in the Estadio Nacional. Unfortunately for challenge leaves Cristiani on the ground. But before he was unceremoniously dumped to the deck, whipped a lovely ball out to the flank, and Argentina now want to give him time to get back to his feet. He's taking a bit of punishment. Lovely run. Put the ball through. The pace is worrying Mexico as much as the finish. To throw another dagger in the heart of Mexico. He had too much pace, power and poise. Argentina lead by 2-0. He's not started a match in this tournament, but he did come on to score against Nigeria in the 4-0 win, and he's done it for the second successive match. A lovely ball poked through from Juan Lejalba, and Silbetti had no right to get there first. Once he did, he was clinical. Argentina in dreamland. 2 early goals in each half have them dreaming of a first semi-final in 18 years. Mora, Mexico need a response. Not even the hour mark. They found themselves in a hole. A lovely ball prodded through, and now Sharaba back to the day-to-day work. It's a substitute for Valente Diarani. He's got himself an assist, but now Mexico take the corner short. Lovely little triangle. Montiel wouldn't quite sit for Lopez to hit. It's a little bit concerned here. Does reach Ochoa though, but there was plenty of Argentinian pressure. That's run nicely. A little bit more care, and Cristiani could have been on his way. Mexico have to be careful because they're looking wide open at the back. Good decision making from the goal scorer Silvetti. Referee over quickly. Gorosito. You can see Mora slipping, but then Gorosito's absolutely flown in like a freight train. Mora and Jimenez, the family legacy, their dad's playing it. Alvarez, Chiapas, nearly 2 decades ago. They're linked up for each to score against Chile. And, Jimenez said to his young compatriots, score goals, put the ball on my head and take us far. Well, he's going to have to do that and more. His ball in, punched out by Barbie, who has no worries from the follow-up from Camberos. That's an awful lot to expect from Mora to do this on his own, 3 days shy of his 17th birthday. The Argentinian side overall has just looked bigger and stronger, certainly in terms of looking at values of players. Plenty more dollar signs for the Albiceleste. Mexico, I'm going to give this up without a fight. Gets the byline, Lopez. Unfortunately, sees it come back off him. There's cries of vamos from Tobias Ramirez. Look at that. Saw that from Gorosito. Superman dive before Ramirez came across to win the goal kick. Soler, lovely little reverse back into Cristiani. Mexico have to be careful. Cesar Garza just get a little bit concerned there. Does win the throw and see something to smile about. But there's not a lot for Mexico. Is clearly a wry smile as Soler has ball in hand. Long throw, it's a great one. Argentina threatening again. There's going to be another card here. Garza fell by Carrizo.
Argentina, tarjeta amarilla, Argentina, jugador número 7,
Argentina threatening again. Silvetti holds and waits. Oh, it's a lovely ball. He gets it back. Little back heel. Delgado now sets it up. Perez. Ochoa takes the safe route. Porto midfielder looking to add to a solitary goal from this tournament so far. Argentina not quite on easy street, they're certainly in a very commanding position. It's not been the sight fest some might have hoped for, but that suits Argentina to the ground as Soler sees his shot blocked. A break on here if Mora can get there first, but that's fantastic covering. Delgado, not just there, but they picked out a nice pass, although doesn't see the same from Prestiani. Well, very calm and collected, Diego Placente. Plenty of fire, if rather placid. It's Mexico who make the change first. Iker Fimbres heads off, and on comes Diego Sanchez, who lost his place in the starting 11. And the goal scorer who opened the scoring, Carrizo, heads off, and another back into the limelight is Ian Subiabre. Carrizo heads off, but he won't be playing in the semi-final. The number 7 picking up another booking, and the yellow card has now come out. On the other flank, Prestiani. Fairness is taken. In fact, it's the side. Well, I don't know why you don't expect a substitute to make a rapid impact on the match. Subiabre has elected to really get stuck in. Watch out for the copycats in Rockside here. Mexico looking for a chance on goal. Jimenez goes down, the crowd far more interested in crying for something that even the players weren't claiming for. Vital challenge on Prestiani. Mexico looking for a spark, something to make them believe. Clipped in, but with no real purpose or direction. Well, there's a player who just lives and breathes defending. Well, is there a challenge? Possible penalty under review. And Mexico tried this in the first half. Reminder, 2 challenges per team, which will allow the referee to take a look at the video screen, make a decision. If he agrees, Mexico keep their challenge. If not, in this instance, Eduardo Arce will have no more challenges for the rest of the match. Unfortunately for the Mexico boss, I guess it depends on the interpretation. Does Ramirez play the ball or the player? In truth, he does both. I guess it's particularly it's not quite that question. There wasn't too much from the players. The crowd certainly, though, reacted very quickly. Let's see, Mexico, the second time of asking, can they win a penalty on review?
After review, number 2 from Argentina play the ball and then normal football contact. No penalty.
Well, it is going to be very interesting if there is a controversial decision and Mexico cannot challenge. They went for this one. They may look back and regret it. Particularly down 2 goals. Certainly might have played played a part in a bit of desperation. Without a challenge left, Diego Placente is to remain intact. First Argentinian under 20 semi-final in 18 years, unless Mexico can provide a comeback. Pretty impressive that Subiabre managed to get booked without having got a touch of the ball, but he's getting involved now. Soler for a bit more movement. Argentina also happy. Just knocked the ball about. Tiel, the captain. They're here. Others for El Tri need to find a spark. They also can't afford to lose another goal. Rosito through Perez and now Ramirez. Moves it forward. This one has enough pace to find Ochoa. Quite the same situation, but slight flashback to Silvetti. Just charging through the vacant Mexican defence. Didn't look favourite, but suddenly was through on goal, and that's given Los Pibes his 2-goal cushion, which they look like they're interested in extending. But Soler, well, he's taken out by the referee. Fairness to Jalal Jayad. He's looking at the ball. Soler not booked for going to ground. Garza was given a great send-off when he did head off to Scotland. His whole family providing him with a Dundee cake. Certainly not been a piece of cake for Argentina, but he is looking a very long way back for Arce, and that's why he is going back to his bench. They need a spark. So the changes, Lopez and Vargas off. And on comes Amaury Morales. Yael Padilla.
Substitution. Mexico.
And they bring about
Player number 2.
something to set the torch paper for Argentina. Going to turn up the pressure. Cristiani, bundle of energy, but bundled over. Mexico's only World Cup win over Argentina in the FIFA Under-20 competition was in Nigeria in 1999. Round of 16, a 4-1 thrashing. The last time they were in the knockout phase was Argentina, who won by a goal to nil in 2007, already after the sequence of senior dominance had been in place. And the Celeste have not lost to Mexico since 2004. Cristiani, big part of the Argentinian performance that sees them looking likely to extend what is a very daunting fixture for any Mexican side. A feeling of dread when they see Argentina with their senior or underage World Cup. It starts to feel like rinse and repeat. Can these young L3 flip the script? Diego Sanchez looking for the run of Mora. Garza steps in, loses out in the second challenge though. They have shown an aptitude for late shows. They're going to need another one here. Sanchez, the 23 Tigres side. His last senior appearance, he did score in a 31-minute cameo. Now he'd love to do the same tonight in Santiago. Gilberto Mora finds Jimenez. The first time he's really had a sight of goal. And at 74 minutes on the clock. Couldn't find the tip as he really got under and over the bar of Barbie. Certainly encouraging though. Yet to provide change to the scoreline. Brilliant from Thomas Perez, so calm and collected. Wehby out to his captain Soler. Down under the challenge of Morales. Particularly bought over by Soler's an injury.
The total attendance for last match is 25,232.
Great challenge. Sit back for Mexico. Camberos thought about the big switch. Instead, goes to the star man Mora. 3 goals this tournament. Plenty of magic. He hasn't been able to perform against a big, bruising, talented Argentinian side. Here's some of the talent. Cristiani. Walked off. Now with Padilla. Argentina with a very solid 2-0 lead into the final 15 minutes. Ochoa. Camberos hoped it would make its way over. Gorosito keeping his eye on the ball. Mora drops deep. Garza. Cial. Happy to see the play rage on. Lovely little drop of the shoulder of Cervetti, selling the dummy, and now finding Subiabre, who wants to strike, and that could have been lights out from Mexico in Santiago. Well, the player who managed to get booked before he'd had a touch of the ball shows he's got a wicked shot. Couldn't find the inside of the post. Mexico still with just one shot on target all match, and that was from Gilberto Mora towards the end of the first half. Didn't really test Barbie. So they need to at least start to do that to provide some belief. Great ball in, great skid out, Gaza! It likely didn't fall to the player they'd want it to have. Cesar Garza was the one it fell invitingly for, but he was having to run around it. Honestly, his prayers yet to be answered. Ramirez loves to take a risk. When they pay off, you can see why. Salvetti runs through to him. Is suddenly 4-on-4, and that's a vital interception. Sanchez stopping Salvetti in his tracks. Off Salvetti. He's certainly not in agreement. Salvetti making the move to Miami just this summer from UL's old boys. Certainly made an impact coming off the bench. He's about to be able to just stretch his legs and collect on the edge of his area. Just too strong there. Substitute Andrada. Looks like it might be the end of the night for Gianluca Cristiani, who's managed to get himself a booking. Well, he can get a booking without a touch after coming on. He can get a booking as they try and rush off.
Yellow card, Argentina, player number 10.
Well, I don't think Argentina are going to win the Fair Play Award. But realistically, they're not going to care because they just want a record-extending 7th Under-20 World Crown. And they're very much on their way to the last 4.
Argentina, Campeón Argentina, player number 20.
Antino replaces Cristiani.
Replaced by player number 19. Es reemplazado por el jugador número 19.
It's interesting that the only time Argentina have reached the semi-finals of an Under-20 World Cup and not gone on to win it was in 1983 in Mexico, and to their bitter rivals Brazil. But each other time they have lifted the ultimate prize. The last came in 2007 as we see the attempts on goal and those on target, and it's a sorry reading for El Tri. They came in on the back of a thrilling 4-1 victory over Chile as Argentina dispatched Nigeria by 4. It was set up for a cracker, and in the end Argentina have just been too strong, too streak smart. Mexico said they wouldn't let history block them from what they needed to do. It just feels Argentina's hoodoo over Mexican national teams is so strong, but they need to make sure they're not suddenly caught out for being too relaxed, which they found themselves here. Big save from Barbie. Tael Jimenez desperately needed to score, but all they've got is a corner. that Diego Placente has been a cool, calm, collected figure on the sidelines. He should be absolutely fuming. But it's Eduardo Arce who is feeling the heat in Santiago. Argentina creating their own troubles from the resulting corner. Wodía on target. It's come loose. Mexico keep coming, but off balance. And that is thumped high and over from Morales. Well, this corner resulting from a disaster defensively. Barbie managed to save Los Pibes. Between him and Villalba managed to deny Padilla. Number 10 trying to do a Diego Ochoa impression. He scored a late equaliser against Brazil with a looping front post header. Sudden flurry of activity has got to be a launchpad for Mexico. Argentina will be hoping they can use it to refocus because they lost it. Camberos, very fortunate. One of only two Mexican players booked. He's the only one left on the pitch because Pachuca was substituted off. This was the absolute disaster. The back three of Mexico posted missing. And Cerbetti was certainly not going to miss. Seven bookings. Could have been a second from Camberos. Mexico survive, but they still trail by 2, and they are running very quickly out of time. Diego Ochoa. Bustos. Most defeat Argentina happy to sit in. Try and pinch the ball. See Placente just waving his side across. He wants them to cover as Mexico just losing their way. Not finding answers. To Sanchez. They're finding it hard to pick holes in Argentina. It's mainly come from when Los Pibes have lost their concentration. Cito clearing and a big smile on his face. They are loving this matchup. It's great to win with flair and flamboyance. Sometimes there can be nothing like a hard-fought battle. Can Mexico reignite a contest? If they're going to, it's going to have to be soon. Off the ball. The referee happy to let play rage on. The ball behind before the swing at the cross from Morales. No challenges left. No substitutes left. Not much time left. Mexico feeling the heat. Argentina so close to return to the under-20 semi-finals. Really good challenge there from Sanchez. There's a little look around. Plays into Camberos. They've had some late drama before. And they create some more. Andrada penalised. Montiel, usually Mora. They likely want him in and around the edge of the area for something loose. The ball swung in, cleared away. Camberos back into the air. Cheers from the side as Betty wins it, and then it breaks to him. Early ball. That was vital. Sanchez couldn't afford to lose out there. Smart ball out to Mora on the spin. Against Andrada. Looking for support. Well, that is going to be a booking. That is really not nice. And Mexico players respond as well. Garza picks up a booking. So Betty, totally unnecessary from the Argentinian, and it is causing a right fracas. Well, it has to be said, some players just love that side of the game. Vicente shishing Mexico coaching staff. That's not smart either. And Cimetti, I think is going to be sent off. I don't know if that's maybe certainly a booking for a completely unnecessary challenge. Garza then getting involved. Yellow cards are plenty. Certainly going to be time added on. As there's now a booking for Placente, who bows to Jalal Jayad, and now Placente using one of his two remaining challenges, given he hasn't yet used one. So is it going to be a request? Red card under review. So this is Garza charging on Betty, and then look at that from Diego Ochoa, the arm up. This could be a major added punishment for Mexico. They already look to be heading out at the quarter-final stage. They may yet finish with less than the regulation 11. But Argentina might be in trouble still. Let's hear.
After review, the number 4 from Mexico committed an unsporting behavior, non-violent contact. Final decision, yellow card. Number 4.
So no red card, but Diego Ochoa is booked, having managed to avoid the caution. And now he is sent off. The second yellow card. So the only difference is the severity of his marching orders. So a second yellow card. And Ochoa is off. Cimetti has managed to leave himself on the mark, and Mexico had the free kick. You wonder how much time's going to be added on as Argentina now. They can certainly put some extra gloss on the end, but the ball through, lacking any real quality. Rather unsavory finish. But is there something more for the purists here from Argentina? The cut back on, cut out by Montiel. And we've played half of the additional 5 minutes. Garza has to be careful. He's already picked up a booking. Mexico have completely lost the discipline. Padilla has fell Delgado. Well, this is the next match. Unfortunately for Mexico, it will not be one. Well, to say he had it in for him would probably be an understatement. Delgado with the thumbs up. Well, not sure there's going to be too many handshakes or congratulations come the final whistle. I'm not sure Argentina are going to care. They clearly are not going to leave this tournament without desperately trying to win a record-extending 7th title. Confirmation of Silvetti's yellow card started the melee. Mexico still trying, but it's a forlorn situation. Cesar Garza would be missing the next match, but it would take something quite incredible for Mexico to make something of this match, and mostly they probably need a time machine. Eduardo Arce was booked as well. I wonder if that ticker for cars is going to just keep going even after the final whistle. Padilla wins the header. Barros hits the deck. Well, it's going to be the first competitive defeat for Eduardo Arce. And unfortunately for Mexican football, no shock that it's against Argentina. As Ramirez hit by Jimenez, and he is in the book. I dread to think of the paperwork for our match referee, Jalal Jayad. Moroccan Whistler has had to deal with an awful lot. The players really have let themselves down. And now, well, if there's one thing that Diego Vicente wants, it's red cards. It's very much within his rights, with his requests, and certainly Jimenez leading with the elbow. Now, Diego Ochoa was eventually sent off, although for a second yellow card on review. And I think Tayel Jimenez is going to join him in the sin bin. Well, not sin bin, it'll be a ban. Whatever it is, I don't believe he's going to stay on the pitch, but it's up to Jalal Jayad whether a yellow card was sufficient.
Review, number 21 from Mexico committed a violent contact. Final decision, red card.
Well, I'm not sure it's savoury for Dylan Gorosito to be celebrating it like that's a goal, but it's part of the game, I suppose. And really sad end for Tayel Jimenez, third top scorer in under-20 Mexican history, sent off. Mexico ending with just 9 players as Argentina score early in each half to march on to their first under-20 World Cup semi-final in 18 years. Target, title number 7, very much on for the Albiceleste. Mexico seeing their unbeaten run ended. And Los Pibes, the only side with a 100% anticipating the missed contact. Ali. Certainly this under-20 side need a much sterner stuff and much more quality. But they're struggling to get to grips with Argentina, although Diego Ochoa getting to grips too physically. Substitute getting a first taste of battle. Matteo Silvetti, quick feet. First taste of battle. Matteo Silvetti, quick feet. And a bit of a scratch from Ochoa. Plying his trade on loan at Juarez. His parent club, Guadalajara. Scored a stunning looping header to equalise late against Brazil. This is another booking. And, well, Mexico thought they were coming out with a bit more focus. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a focus to be more aggressive, and Camberos is not getting there, leaning into Soler. It's the risk because the player was off balance. Certainly not getting much sympathy. Camberos into the book. So we had one yellow card in the first half for each side. In fact, two for Argentina, one for Mexico. We've had two very quickly at the start of this half. Soler more than okay to continue. He sat on the bench, Soler, of the senior side, yet to make the ground for his first cap. Certainly be interesting to see which of the players in this Alba Celeste team can push for a World Cup 2026 place. Javier Aguirre, the head coach of Mexico, certainly wanting to promote the best talent as quickly as possible. He'll lead Mexico into their home World Cup before assistant and El Tri legend Rafael Marquez will take over, with particular focus on the 2030 edition. Maybe he thought there was something to be won there, but Gerardo Lopez was kicking through Cristiani to get there. Maybe he's lucky not to have also picked up a caution. So 2 yellow cards for coming together. Much meatier one, maybe. Feel flash another card. Lucky for Eber Lopez, who kicks forward. Found Fimbres. Calls for handball, but Argentina get on with it. Lovely touch and turn. Cristiani has been very impressive. He just can't find that final ball in. Silvetti come on in place of Sarko. See that while Sarko didn't have the best of first half, he did also at times suffer from a lack of delivery. Last time Mexico We're at the quarter-final stage. They lost 1-0. That was to England. Argentina would certainly take note because the Three Lions went on to win the tournament. It's not since 2011 that the Albiceleste have been at this stage. But they're looking to try and keep their lead intact. Soler, the rub of the green. Fimbres, good touch, but Mora steps in, shows a little bit of bite to go with his guile. Taking out there, and the referee gives a free kick in a very, very promising position. Now we've seen both teams a bit too quick to try and referee for Jalal Jayad. He's doing well to keep his own counsel. It's just a late dig out for Perez.